Hi guys, John, Fight for Fitness Academy. So I always talk about losing weight, but I have got a few clients that actually want to put on weight and want to gain a bit of lean muscle mass and want to get bigger essentially. So the first things first, instead of being in a calorie deficit, not really going to take any geniuses to work out, you're going to need to be in a calorie surplus. So exactly the same principles apply. Start off gradually increasing your calories. And again, what's really key is making sure your protein intake is there. So at first, I wouldn't worry too much about the other macronutrients. I would just make sure your protein is around about a gram per pound of body weight. You're not going to be, sometimes a gram and a half, depending. But start out with a gram and measure and manage from there. Make sure you're in a calorie surplus. Now, the really key thing is you've got to be making sure that you are getting progressively stronger, or what we call progressive overload. Now there's many ways to progressive overload. It doesn't just mean increase weight. It can mean increase sets, increase reps, slow down, shorten the rest period. So there's many ways to progressively overload. Now the only way you're going to progressively overload is if you actually note down what you're doing. Now, it's a really good way when you go in the gym and you're knackered. And don't get me wrong, I go into the gym lots of times and I'm knackered and I haven't got any energy. Now, these are the times where it's easy, particularly when you're not writing anything down, you're not sure what you did last week, is where you'll start to bullshit yourself and cheat. So what I mean by that is you'll just take the easy option. You know, let's say if you've got a push day, you're doing some flat bench, maybe you're doing a military press, maybe you're, whatever the exercise, it's irrelevant really. It's these times that you're going to cheat yourself. So you know, if last week you got 10 reps, this week you might only get 8, and instead of doing 4 sets, you might only do 3 because you feel tired. I mean, this is really key now. If you want to try and put on weight, you need to be progressively overloaded. So you need to try and to beat the week before or your last session. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not going to be able to do that on every single exercise every week. And there's limitations. Obviously, you can't just keep going up in weight forever and ever and ever. Otherwise, you'd be the world's strongest man, wouldn't you? But you've just got to make sure you are progressing. So the only way to do that is you're going to have to write down what it is you are doing. Now, I do it on my notes on my iPhone. And it is really, really key, because one, it's going to stop you cheating yourself, because you know exactly what you did last week. So you know if you don't beat it, it's clear for everybody to see, or for you to see. And obviously you can see where you're going then. You can see if you are progressing, if you are moving forward. Now, measuring, managing and adjusting, key with everything. Take photos, take measurements, weigh yourself. There's lots of ways to measure things, but make sure you're measuring, managing and adjusting accordingly. You've got to eat enough food as well. I mean, I fell into this trap lots of times before when I've been trying to put on weight. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to lose my abs. I don't want to. Unfortunately, when you put on weight, forgive me, even if you've got your calories within the right range and your protein is at the right range, like I said, again, about a gram per pound of body weight, maybe a gram and a half for some of you more active individuals. You know, you can't choose where you put on weight from. So yeah, you might put on a little bit more fat than you used to, but you've got to just really stick with it. Increase your calories slowly and gradually. Don't look to put on more than a pound a week. If you start putting on a lot more than that, it ain't going to be muscle. I know you're going to think that, but it isn't. So aim for about a pound a week at most. And like I said, measure, manage, take photos, and you get there. And then when you get to a decent weight or a decent size, then you can cut back down a little bit so you look a little bit leaner, a little bit happier. So guys, me again, just finished the gym, and there's one important point I forgot, which is volume. Now, volume, how you work that out is you time the number of sets you do by the number of reps times by the weight. And that's how you get your overall volume. And volume is the key driver of hypertrophy, of building muscle. Volume is key. So you've got to work out your volume, because sometimes you can think you've gone up in weight, but you get less reps, and the week before your volume is actually more than the week after, even though you went up in weight. So volume is really key. So let me say that again. Volume is the The number of sets times by the number of reps times by the weight. And that is how you'll work out your volume. Don't forget that, guys. Obviously, you can tell I did this later because one, I'm out of breath, and two, I've changed my top. Guys, I hope this video helped. Please, if you get some value from this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd be really, really grateful. Like and subscribe and share this with friends you think you get some value from it. And remember, no matter what is going on in your life, there are no excuses.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what